Hello and welcome back to my channel. Let's start with moving the remote. Hello, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, hello, my name is Lanice. I'm a nurse and I do these cool little nursing videos. If you are not new here, hello, thank you for tuning into another one of my videos, and you already know what I'm gonna say, baby. Hello and thank you for tuning into my video, because you could be anywhere in the world, but you are here with me, and that means a lot and it is greatly appreciated, baby. So today we will go ahead and continue on with our Nurses Made Me Buy series. If this is your first time tuning in to a Nurses Made Me Buy, we are talking about all of the things that we have been influenced to purchase as nurses, because we either see them on Nurse Talk, Luxury Nurse Talk, or we just see it we just see it wherever we work, whatever facilities we work in. I currently work at a hospital, and the items that I list are the items that I see a lot of nurses purchase that work in the hospital. And I think that it's more so because we are influenced to purchase these items, and not so much because we really truly intentionally need them. So today, since we're getting closer to Christmas and we're spending a lot of money, we're gonna make this a luxury edition, okay? These items that I will be talking about today are items that I feel like are luxury, that are not even necessary to have or to purchase as a nurse, but I see many nurses purchasing these items, okay? So we will start with number one on the list. Number one is something that I see a lot of luxury content display in general. If you get on TikTok, a lot of the soft life girlies, those girls are promoting a lot of luxury lifestyle. And to be honest, a lot of people cannot afford a luxury lifestyle. But the number one item right now that I am seeing a lot of nurses purchase that I would consider luxury is designer handbags, our designer handbags. Now, I cannot tell you how many nurses I see with Chanel bags, YSL bags, just bags that I know cost $1,200, $1,500, $2,000 and above. Excuse me, give me 1 second. My dog is walking by. Sorry about that. He was going to take it down with him, and I did not want to mess up the video. But I see a lot of nurses with designer handbags. And if you're making $30 an hour, $40 an hour, which I live in North Carolina, that's about average. The average nurse nowadays, and starting off, is going to make about $36 an hour. And bless you, at the new job that I was offered, my base pay is $50 an hour. So, you know, making that, I don't see myself buying a $2,000 handbag. But let me tell you a secret. DH Gate has the best knockoffs. I have a few friends who are nurses who have some of the best knockoff purses, okay? So if you see yourself or you feel yourself being influenced to purchase a designer bag from the soft life girlies, from the luxury nurse talks, from the travel nurse videos that you see on TikTok, go get you a little DH Gate bag, because who's gonna check you? Who is going to tell you that your bag is not real? Who's gonna walk up to you and ask you if your bag is authentic? No fucking body. And if they do, tell them to go to hell, because it's none of their business, okay? Ask them to buy you a real one then, if it's that important to them, okay? So number one are designer handbags. Number two is something that has taken the nursing field by storm. I don't care what race you are. I see the Asian girls with it. I see the white girls with it. Excuse me for not using the proper term, Caucasian girls with them. I definitely see the black girls with them. Hell, if I could afford them every 2 weeks, every month, I'd have them on right now. Mink lashes. How many of y'all? I don't know. Now, let me stop stuttering. I am a float nurse, and I go from floor to floor, from hospital to hospital on a daily basis. I travel between 5 different hospitals in the hospital system that I work for in the city that I work in, and I work in the largest city in my state. I live in North Carolina. I currently work in Charlotte, North Carolina, which is considered the largest city in the state, the most populated. And I travel between 5 different hospitals, and I can go between any med surge floor in any of the hospitals on any day of the week that I work. And there is never a time that I don't see at least 3. Now, mind you, it's only usually about 6, 7 nurses working on a night. I see at least 3 nurses a night with mink lashes on. And it is not a race thing. It is not a cultural thing. It is just an influence thing. You see one girl with these nice, full, voluptuous lashes, you're asking her, who does your lashes? And you end up their next paycheck, okay? But let me tell you right now, I have on strips. I have on strips because I love to have the full lash look. But I cannot afford to go and get $200 lashes that don't even last. As soon as you get them, they start to fall off. And by the time you go and get a refill, they're all gone. So you're not getting a refill. You're getting another full set. Me personally, on the budget that I have, on the salary that I make, I personally can't afford lashes, but I consider them luxury. They do not make you work any better. They're not a necessity. They're not good shoes. They're not compression socks. They are something that we want to make us look better. And so to me, they're considered luxury. So number 2 on the list of nurses made me buy are mink lashes, because when I get me a coin or 2, I might get me some, all right. We will move on to number 3. This might be a little controversial, but this is from my own perspective. These views are my own. They are not of anybody else's. No, where I work, this is not the view of my employer. This is not the view of my mama. These are my views. And when I was working in the nursing home, I cannot tell you. And I think it's more so I saw this in the nursing home because it's also a cultural thing. I'm sorry, it is a cultural thing also. And when I was working in the nursing home, I worked with a lot more African American nurses, and this is a cultural thing amongst African American people in general. But the BBL, I'm not exaggerating. It might sound like I'm exaggerating, but when I worked in the nursing home, there was very rarely a night that I sat down and had a conversation with a nurse that didn't already have a BBL, or she was not working all these extra hours to save up for a Brazilian butt lift. Hold on, I got to get my dog in. And it's almost an obsessive thing, because when I was working in the nursing home, it would be women just sitting there scrolling pictures of different hips, different hip dips that they got rid of, big booties, big boobs, tummy tucks. I mean, and they would put in they would work double after double after double to save up to go to Miami, to go to South America, to get these BBLs. And again, like I said, this is more of a cultural thing. I don't see this amongst many races of nurses, but I will say that amongst African American nurses, the BBL is very prominent, prevalent. I'm sorry, I can't think of the word. I don't have the vocabulary right now to figure out what word I want to use, but it's very popular. At the end of the day, it is a very big trend going on. And to me, it's luxury because it is expensive. The flight to Miami, the nursing care that you have to have, and then you get round. You don't just get one round whenever you get a BBL. You get multiple rounds of surgery to really build the body that you want. And it gets very pricey. It gets very expensive. And to me, it's like, if that's what you want to do, it's your money. I'm not judging, but I'm like, I can't afford it. I can't afford it. So I just can't allow myself to be influenced by other nurses with it. Okay. So that would be 3 on our Nurses Made Me Buy list today. Okay. All right. And so the last luxury item on the list that I'm going to name today are luxury vehicles. I know what it feels like to pull up in the parking lot driving my little Toyota Camry and seeing all the Teslas, all the BMWs, the Mercedes driven by nurses. This is not the physician parking lot. This is the regular employee parking lot that I'm pulling into, and I'm seeing all of these luxury vehicles. But if the oil change costs more than my light bill, baby, I don't want it. I don't want it, but I can see how easy it is to be influenced to purchase a luxury car, especially when you get online and you see all these travel nurses that are showing off their new Teslas, that are showing off their new BMWs, and no hate, because when I can afford it, I'm going to get me one too. But don't allow it to influence you to purchase it if you cannot afford it. That's really my main purpose in these videos, because I think that sometimes we put ourselves in debt, or we put ourselves in financial ruin because we're trying to keep up with the Joneses. And as nurses, there's a lot of Joneses out there. So my only thing is, if you see people out here promoting these things, or my vocabulary is shot today. I cannot think of the words I want to use. But if you see a lot of people with these items, just don't be influenced to buy it if you can't afford it. Don't get on Afterpay, putting a $2,000 handbag up there and trying to pay it off between your next 2 months paychecks. Like, it's not worth it. Okay. Don't allow people to influence you to buy these items if you, and honestly, can't just go and pay cash for it 3 times. All right. So that is going to take the cake for today. Those are the luxury items that I feel like nurses are influenced to purchase often, that I see a lot. Make sure if you want a luxury bag, get on DHgate. If you want a luxury car, make sure you can afford the oil change on it, the maintenance on it, because it's not cheap. And just don't allow people to influence you to buy things that you cannot afford. I know that it's easy, especially when you're working elbow to elbow with someone who is driving a Mercedes. You see somebody put their keys down, it's a Mercedes key, and you got a Hyundai. Don't feel bad about that. You are where you are, and you will get to wherever you want to go to if you keep your eye on the prize and keep your mind focused. You're going to be all right. But just do not get yourself in financial ruin, allowing yourself to be influenced by nurse talk. Okay. All right. So I'm going to head out now because my camera is overheating, and I hope that you guys like the content. I ask that you please subscribe to my channel, like the video, share it with anyone else. And I love you guys. My name is Lanice, and I'm out.